Alright, and we're back to King's Quest. Error today, gone tomorrow. So we're on the Isle of the Crown. We're going to go reclaim our family ring from the pawn shop owner, since we now have something very valuable.
Your candy dish is empty.
Yes, that's unfortunate. Oh, it's doing this.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody
Sometimes
has eaten them all.
Text gets stuck,
Well, get some more then.
and it won't proceed until you
I
click.
fear that is
But it also
impossible.
makes some of the cutscenes
Without
not
the
work right,
ferry,
so,
I can
yay,
no longer get imports
bugs.
from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
I know, buddy. That's so rough. So I think that's just an automatic thing that happens after you've defeated the gnomes on the Isle of Wonder, because you no longer need the mints. So let's give the pearl here. Not the...
Why would Alexander...
I don't know why he would want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Pearl. Pearl. The black pearl.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
Yes, please.
I have never seen such a perfect
This
pearl.
guy's making money hand over
Certainly
fist
you can
on
have
me.
your ring back.
Because
I'm
no one's
glad
going to
you
want a
didn't sell
royal
it.
insignia ring of
I'm a bit
Daventry,
attached to it, I'm afraid.
as much as they're going to want just a
Of course you
pearl.
are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
I actually got a pawn shop's package accidentally delivered to me once. Just chock full of crap jewelry, just like the worst. Like a lot of tacky costume stuff. There were some cute pieces in there, but it was all like rings and fairly unimpressive.
Hello. I will
Not
be
stuff
right
I would
up.
imagine you'd go out and buy jewelry.
Now, what can I do for you?
You can shush. I gotta talk to this guy. Who is this?
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
I'm worried about the princess too. We see here. Maybe the
Determined
princess
to learn
talked about
more
me?
about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
I'm sorry to insist, but my name is Alexander of Daventry, and
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm
Eh.
afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry? Flying flit mice. You must be Prince Alexander.
That's me.
Cassima told me about you when she arrived home. How came you here?
On a boat.
why, by a ship now wrecked upon the sand. But you know Cassima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me, the Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told about her parents' deaths.
Yeah, that's super
You see,
unsuspicious
she arrived
death.
home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again. It is said they died of
See,
heartbeak.
she said heartbreak.
I'm afraid
the other
she's
one said
blamed
poison or
herself.
illness.
What a
so
terrible homecoming.
getting some
we had
conflicting
only known.
stories.
Terrible indeed, poor thing. Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a rather dated tradition, and not required, but the Wazir says she insisted out of respect.
I see. You've yet to say who you are and how you know the princess.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Charlo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cassima's parents,
You look
King
real
Caliphon
good for
and
being
Queen
easily 40-something.
Hilaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Cassima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me. I'm so terribly worried about her.
About her grief over her parents, you mean?
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir
What?
or his plans for Cassima.
But he seems so
I'm
legit.
still living at the Castle of the Crown as court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty.
I could use a guy on the
I
inside.
wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Cassima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion.
What can you tell me about the Wazir?
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliph had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Cassima ever
Gross.
since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything. And Cassima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Cassima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. Now I must return to the castle. Look, I don't want to arouse suspicion. I'll try to meet you here again later.
Thank you for the information, Jallo. Be very careful.
Well, that was a fruitful exchange. So now we know that Sing Sing... Hey, Jalo. Why doesn't he walk as fast as we do? Boop. Come on. Bye, Jalo. Again. Look, there's Sing Sing right there. You see him? He's right there. No? Alright. You blind, daft monkey. Alright. So we can possibly get in contact with Cassima. That this is Sing Sing, her pet
Alexander
nightingale.
winds the mechanical nightingale and places it
Maybe
on
we
the
can
ground.
lure it down. Oh, it's doing that thing again. This is gonna mess up the cutscenes. You're not gonna see them.
The mechanical nightingale sings a sweet, tinny tune. The real nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently. The nightingale flies to a lower branch and looks at Alexander curiously, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad.
Alright, I'm going to save real quick because I want to see if it'll let me do this. But you can actually send things in the wrong order. So if you send a love poem to Cassima first...
There's no reason to use... Alexander holds out the love
she'll
poem
think
to
it's
the
from
nightingale, hoping
the Wazir,
that she perhaps is the nightingale that
and
Jallo
she'll
spoke
cut
of,
you off,
and that
basically.
she might be able to take the words of love to her mistress, Cassima.
And there's a sneaky
The
snake
nightingale
with glinty
swoops.
eyes.
She flies off towards...
Oh, cool. It gives me the cutscene.
Sing Sing, what have you found? A scrap of paper? Oh, this is no mere bit of paper, but words of love. Who sent this? It must have been Abdul. Oh, Sing Sing, will he never give up? You must be careful, pretty bird. Stay away from Abdul. I don't trust him so close to you. Now go!
So she thinks it's from
The little
Abdul.
bird returns to her branch without the poem. Alexander wishes he knew what happened to his message of love.
However, to get full points, because I'm all about the points, we're going to go back to this. And the first thing we're going to send is going to be proof that we, Alexander of Daventry,
There's no reason...
are, in fact, in
Alexander
the land of the
holds
Green
out
Isles.
his insignia ring to the nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the nightingale that Jallo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the ring to Cassima. The ring is the one thing he has that might alert Cassima to his presence on the Isles. The nightingale swoops down and grabs the ring. She flies off towards the castle.
Sing Sing, what have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring? Sing Sing, where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here. Sing Sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here then, on this very island? Oh, if only I could leave this castle as easily as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away.
No notes, like, write me a letter or something. Pardon me.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Cassima herself?
I hope so.
Or am I merely wishing it were so?
Well, we also know from that little cutscene that she does not have any interest in Alhazared, and she is also,
Alexander examines
trapped,
the red
more or
ribbon
less.
and finds a strand of long black hair.
We need that. Alright, so next thing we want to send her is some love poetry.
There's no reason to... Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be Cassima. The nightingale...
Sing Sing, my sweet, you bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing Sing.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you.
Oh, Alexander.
I love how they capitalize
I was
and.
hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one.
Oh, good, she wrote me a letter. All I did was rip some poetry out of a book.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a note.
It's a note.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cassima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing. No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend. Is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother?
Alright, so for right now we're done with Sing Sing. We do have the opportunity to send one more item to her at a later date, and it's pretty cool. So we're back here on the beach. We've gotten our ring back, but we went ahead and gave it away. We need to deliver this to the dude on the Isle of Wonder, the caterpillars. So let's
Alexander pulls out his
go
magic
there
map.
first. And there's some other stuff we can do over there before we come back. So, like I said, Isle of Wonder is one of my absolute
Alexander
favorites.
feels a strange pulling sensation.
It's just so silly. Alright. So let's go this way. Go deliver the dangling participle. That's what it is, by the way. He is a dangling participle, because he was dangling.
That
And
would
where are you
serve
going to?
Hello, bookworm? I have something you might be interested in.
Well, what is it this time?
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too.
A most solemn celebration.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun
That-
far too long and must be well cooked by now.
Well cooked as opposed to rare. Jeez.
This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
All right. So this little bit of the island's done. So let's go up here and explore a little bit. Jeez, he goes so fast. Grab one of these.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Milkweed. Get it? And then a dogwood tree.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
What's this over here?
Alexander decides to pet the soft-looking cattails.
Oh, is this gonna kill me somehow? Ah, cattails.
Zounds, what a racket. So much for stirring up those cattails.
Alright. The moment, what can we do? We've got...
Unless Alexander is mistaken, those plants must be baby's tears. Alexander takes a close look at the tomato in the ground. It appears to be darker than those on the vines.
What are you staring at there, boy? Go away, you rootless thing, you! Yeah!
Jeez.
Yep, that tomato is definitely rotten.
Okay, so naturally...
Hey! What do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me! Hey!
Alexander picks up rotten tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
You don't? Alright, let's look
The
at these.
wallflowers look.
Terribly
There
shy.
appears to be a hole.
In the garden wall.
Through
Oh.
the hole in the wall, Alexander sees a land that resembles a
So,
giant
this is a literal
chessboard.
hole in the wall.
Wow, it really is a hole in the wall. Zounds, those wallflowers sure are shy, and the snapdragons are awfully protective of them. Alexander can't even get close to the wallflowers without causing quite a stir.
Alright, well let's go through here. Alright, so this is clearly what we saw on the other side of the wall, so it just looks through brick walls. That's convenient.
Checkmate! Only chess pieces allowed in chessboard land?
Oh.
That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out!
Okay, I'll go away.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
I don't think so.
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, your highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, your majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
How very
What a
diplomatic.
ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence.
You dropped the thing.
The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Wow. Okay. So they're just gonna continue to fight.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
This is something you need. Alright, so that's all we can do there is pretty much get the scarf and learn that they're fighting over a lump of coal. So I want to come back and get this guy. Can't do anything with that yet. So, this here...
Is that lettuce growing in the garden? It looks a little chilled.
It's
Why,
iceberg
it must
lettuce.
be iceberg lettuce.
So, let's go ahead and pick up ahead of
Alexander
that.
picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
Alright, so now we're on a little bit of a timer. So we need to get back to the Isle of the Beast, because if you remember, they had that boiling lake between us and the rest of the
Alexander
island.
pulls out his
In order to
magic
get
map.
past that, we need to cool it down. What better way to cool it down than with ice? So Isle of the
Alexander
Beast.
feels a strange pulling sensation.
Alright, so back where we found the dangling participle. Let's walk up here. Now we see this boiling lake. Let's throw the iceberg lettuce up in
Hoping
here.
to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce.
Whoop. Calms that boil right on
Pond's
down.
water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater.
I don't know. I like stupid hot baths, so I'd probably love it.
Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree.
Hunter's lamp. Cool. Can't do anything with it right yet, but we will in just a little bit. So
As
here we
Alexander
are.
continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
Go on about how it's totally safe and nothing will happen. Ha! Yeah.
Gotcha this time.
Yeah, so obviously that's the genie again, trying to trick us into dying.
Next.
So,
That move was slightly
luckily, I was smart enough to grab a save. But we do need that
Alexander
piece of
picks
brick.
up the brick.
That is an absolutely integral part to the Cliffs of
You
Logic,
aren't
which
gonna
is
listen to me,
the Isle
are
of the
you?
Sacred Mountain.
Well, we'll just see about that.
Oh, hey, Vincent. Did you decide to wake up? He's been being
That's
lazy all
odd.
day.
The gardener just
Broke
disappeared.
his scratching post and then decided to lay down and be lazy for the next, like, 5.5 hours. Alright. Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah, you do not need to be there. Thanks, bud. But that's great. Okay, we'll just let you be. Alright. So, come on. The bottom of the screen. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Trick is, you gotta find that sweet spot. Oh, dear Lord, cat. He was just like, hey, I'm gonna lay on your keyboard, because that's where I belong. Alright, let's get the map out, and let's go to the Isle of the Crown. I think is where we need to go next.
Alexander pulls out his magic
Because
map.
I need to go and get the flute, and then go to the Isle of Wonder, and get the hole in the
Alexander
wall.
feels a strange pulling sensation.
And the book. I need to get the book, too. But we're gonna have to do that on the next video, so here we are again at the Isle of the Crown. Ending the video. About to run some errands in town. We'll see you then.